The Oceanics would not be a great host team if they did not include another water event, this time rafting. A difficult course all the way down. You need to reach the end, and if you don't, every marble that comes out is a penalty. Here you see our overall standings and the starting order as they will head down the course. 35.66, the MarbleLympics record that has been determined. The course, by the way, may look pretty nasty, but it is safe. There are lifeguards ready to go, and the Oceanics will be first into the water. Down they come in a good tail whip to get things going again, but now they turn to the side and they've rotated all the way around. Good thing with marbles being completely round is that you can do that. Try to keep it off the walls. You don't want that tail fishing back and forth as they navigate the rapids here. You don't want to get caught also, and they nearly do as they come over that next waterfall. This time's not going to be the quickest for them if they keep bouncing into the walls. There they get it situated right. And a little splash gets the team members wet. That's okay. Ooh, they nearly go sideways and get caught perpendicular, but they make it across the line. No penalty. 39.11. Our first time. There you can see where they almost got caught one of several times. Not what they wanted. Indigo Stars next in the gate. Down they come and they enter the water. They turn and they get caught. They get caught right at the waterfall. They are allowed to restart. You get 3 attempts to make it down the course. Second time, oh, they nearly get caught again, but they managed to get it going. Unfortunately, working their way sideways down the course is not going to be super helpful. The more you can keep it pointing forward and back, the better. Now they get it situated. This is a much better part of the run now. Look at the speed increasing. Keeping it straight down that waterfall, and they immediately pick right back up. Oh, now they turn sideways, a couple of bumps with the shores, and they slow to a crawl with the finish line inside. Across they come, and it's 37.92. That's quicker. And they move into first place. Balls of Chaos now. Third up, they've seen a couple of these attempts, and that's not the way to do it. Can they get it situated after the first waterfall? Well, it seems like they are. This raft works much better when you are moving down the course rather than pitched sideways. Now they're having some of the same issues that the Oceanics did on their first run. They just cannot seem to work as a team and get that boat moving straight. Now they slow down again, pick up on the water, and get that speed built up just in time to come across the line. 37.58, and they're into first. Not bad at all. Pinkies chasing a 37.58. Their black raft pitches through the first waterfall and comes at an angle down this stretch. Now they move sideways. Several times they're spinning this boat around. I think ideally they want to have one end more than the other up front, and they had a moment where it looked like they were going to have to do the whole course backwards, and they got it back going again. Though when as I say that, it's flipped around, but actually that's working better for them. Speed building for the Pinkies. Next waterfall, the members getting drenched. This is where a lot of the rafts have slowed down. Now they pick it up again, and that was a great run, but it's just short. 37.80 for the Pinkies. 22 hundredths off the Balls of Chaos, leading time. Oh, nearly getting stuck on that one. That first waterfall has proved very difficult for a lot of these marbles. Oh, they briefly get hung up on the second one there. That was almost like they got caught on a rock. Got to get things going a little bit smoother here, and that was a good burst of speed. Very twitchy looking raft. Oh, and 2 of the members come out. The Thunderbolts are down to 2 marbles in the raft. So that means 2 penalty seconds added to their time as they come across. That is over 40. And with 2 penalty seconds, 42.53. Thankfully, Shock and Lightning over on the shore. They are tended to safely. That's what you want out of an event like this. Good safety personnel ready to jump in and make sure the marbles are okay. Chalk the tiers. Building up speed, keeping it off the walls decently well. Raft is not the straightest that we've seen, but kept their speed going. Now they turn sideways. Ooh. Do a 180. Something tells me that's not exactly for show. Good speed in between those two waterfalls. Now they slow down a little bit, briefly get caught up on that vegetation. Losing a lot of time through here. And across 39.70. Behind the Oceanics. That's the second slowest time, rather. Oceanics just ahead of them, 39.11, 42.53 from the Thunderbolts, still our slowest. This is some pretty good navigation through here. Ooh, as I say that, the nose and the tail both get caught up on the masonry. Now they got it situated back again. Down the middle of the rapids, trying to keep it off the walls as best they can, and this is some good speed. Can they keep it through the slow part of the course? Actually, they do. 34, 35, it's going to be close. 36.06. That is a great time. Very close to the records. And that is the fastest time so far. Oh, Rangers in the black raft. They think that'll make some good contrast as they're in there. It's all about the fans, I guess. Now they found the rhythm. And they keep it going out of that waterfall. Ooh, they get caught up just a little bit. You can hear that raft banging against the stones, but doing a decent job here of keeping it going. Now they ride those waves for a good burst of speed. Through the last waterfall. Also able to keep it going. They turn sideways briefly. They get caught up on the vegetation and it all goes away from them. Oh, what could have been a really good time is instead going to mire the Rangers in the middle of the pack. 39.69 the time, no penalties. Well, hey, on a lighter note, don't forget to be awesome. Go to our web shop. You can purchase t-shirts, hoodies, and team decals. New items will be added soon. Only good enough, tentatively, for 6th. Thunderbolts, the only team to lose any members. Thankfully, they were both okay. But those 2 penalty seconds, not going to help. Jungle Jumpers, onto the course. Bad landing after the first waterfall. 2 of them are in the water. That'll cut down on weight, but it will add 2 seconds to their total. That is, if those 2 that are in there stay in there. Not the kind of start that the Jungle Jumpers anticipated. A jarring exit from the waterfall, and the final one coming up. They're really picking up speed through here. Can they keep it going? Off the walls. They lose a lot of time through here. 41.61. Their official time, tentatively, good enough for 8. Skip and jump are safe up there in the grass. I don't know if you saw them. Team Galactic. Silver on white, and down they come. A little bit of an angle into the first waterfall, but they're able to correct. Now they spin it around 180. Are they trying to correct it and get going back the other way? I'm not really sure. Can't lose too much time doing that. Sometimes you just have to fight through it, even though that's not how you planned the run. But that is why these marbles train so much. Every inevitability. Good burst of speed through here. Team Galactic. Past the 30-second mark. Oh, they're caught up in the vegetation just enough. That's going to lose them a few lengths. Across they come. 37.24. Wow. Good enough provisionally for 2nd place, even though they got caught up on the vegetation. Crazy cat's eye with red eye in the front. Not the quickest part of the course, but they decided to make it a little bit slower by reversing. And again. All 4 of them still in it? I think they are. Yes, they are. You got to pick it up a little bit. Now, after this final waterfall, remember, you got to watch the greenery. You got to judge speed and positioning. Keep to the right, and they kind of do. Can they get a little speed built up across the line? They will, but 37.97 is only good enough for 6th. 12 of 16, Mellow Yellow. Going with the O'Rangers logic. Let's stand out a little bit more on the black raft. Successfully through the first waterfall. Down to the second. Good job of getting that raft just at the last moment back to straight. They lose it a little bit through the rapids after the second waterfall, preparing for the third. When they switch it around again. Good speed, though. They're doing a great job navigating this third part. Final waterfall, can they keep it to the right? Oh, they lose 2! They lose 2 members. They do get by the greenery. And can they get it across the line? No, it's slowing. It's all coming undone for Mellow Yellow. Mellow Yellow, 40-21. Good enough for 10th. Everybody out safely. Look at that, a jarring hit. It wasn't riding over the waves. The nose kind of dived down, hit the bottom of the river. Savage speeders. Can their speed translate on the water? So far, yes. Clever little move, moving slightly to the left over that waterfall to pitch them back into the middle and avoid some of the obstacles. Next waterfall, successful again. A couple of clips of the barriers, but overall, Savage speeders keeping it straight. Down here, can they keep to the right? A nudge, second nudge. Third nudge, not good. And that loses all of the speed that they had built up across the line, middle of the pack. 38-41 for the Savage speeders. Now for the Hazers. Down they come, and it's a good launch. Through the first waterfall, they keep it pretty straight. A little bit of a, I don't know if you want to call that a drift through this second sector. They also use that same strategy that we just saw from the Savage speeders, where they move to the left on that waterfall, and it actually gets them in better position. Now down through the next one. Big speed coming. They've done a great job to keep this off the wall so far. All-important final sector. To the right, off the grass. Can they get it across the line? Time ticking away. 36. 3-1, and it's good enough for second place. Very close. Now the Green Ducks. How well are they going to take to the water? Pretty smooth. And through waterfall number 1. 36-31. That time from the Hazers, pretty good. They use a similar strategy, moving to the left through the second waterfall. Keeping it in the flow. Down they come. Another successful traverse. One waterfall to go, then they have to get by the vegetation on the right. And they do! Yes, they do. Get the speed built up. Can they keep it going? The Green Ducks across the line! And that is a guaranteed medal. They finish first, 33-7-4, and it's a new MarbleLympics record. So the Raspberry Racers, after watching the MarbleLympics record fall, the Green Ducks, they know they've got a medal. Question is, will it be gold? Raspberry Racers try to keep it off the walls. They get it collected. Moving to the right through that waterfall. Appeared to be the slower line. Now is it through the next one? A little bit off kilter. Not having the speed built up like they need to, although toward the end, right before the final waterfall, they do. Oh man, that raft pitched vertically, but everybody somehow stays inside of it. They're not going to beat the time. They're not going to do it. The Raspberry Racers, where do they finish? Just 6th. And the Green Ducks have got their second gold medal of the MarbleLympics. 25 points in a time of 33-7-4, obliterating the rest of the field by over 2 seconds. A fantastic job by the Green Ducks. The Midnight Wisps collect second place and a silver medal. The Hazers, good enough for third. The Ducks coach, Bombay, very proud of his team, setting themselves up well for the final few events and a chance at a MarbleLympics championship. The Oceanics, in the meantime, cruelly, they become the first team who will not be able to win the MarbleLympics. Next up, the elimination race.